That's the de-stressor?
Oh, yeah.
That works.
It did. It really does. I'm not kidding about that.
You really carry that around with you?
Oh, yeah. Everywhere. I got a refill for when I get low. I got backup, baby.
How often are you de-stressing?
When I go for a walk, I got to get somewhere. It's like, okay, I'm waiting for the bus.
How long does it last? The effect of
de-stressing?
Well, the problem is these are German bubbles.
Yeah.
And so they're biodegradable and non-toxic.
Ah.
Because the Europeans don't like poisoning their children.
Right.
Whereas the American bubbles got all that good Jersey stuff in them.
Free market,
So they're like
baby.
way better.
Free
It's
market.
way better to have the Jersey bubbles.
Sit down with...
Oh, we were sitting down?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to sit down. So what are we going to
Matt,
talk about?
what's your last name?
Oats.
Oats? It's
Oats.
so good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Good evening. This is This Week Tonight with John Irvin on Geno TV. And I've got Matt Oats. And we had just got done talking to Cara Bird. And she talked about the lecture that you're giving next week. A lot of people who live on island, a lot of people who live on island know Matt's work. Wherever you go on Nantucket, you see Matt's work. Describe it for me.
Oh boy, that's tough. It's everything that comes from the dump. Everything. I only buy paint.
But it's very colorful.
Yes, well, I only use 6 colors. I have a 6-color palette. The same 6 colors.
And would those 6 colors be on your shirt?
Yeah, they would. They
Yeah.
would be on my shirt.
And they're interesting creatures that you do. Tell us a little more about the concepts of these creatures.
Whimsy. I think it would be whimsy.
Yeah.
I just made a herd of cows, and they're wandering around Nantucket right now, sitting in the window boxes. So, look for the cows. They're out there.
Now, you used to be on the way down to Cisco.
Yeah.
And now you are where?
I have a studio, Pennies from Heaven Studio, an umbrella company on Meter Street.
Which is part of NISDA?
NISDA, yes.
Yeah, which is part of NISDA.
Yeah.
And now, when did you come to the island? How many years ago?
I used to come in the winters and work, and then travel in the summer. So 84 to 85 was my first winter here. But I didn't move here year-round until 91.
Okay. And what got you to stay?
I was actually on my way to Maine, and I got a little sidetracked for 20 plus years.
Okay.
But I came here to save up money to move to Maine.
Okay.
And I ended up just sort of liking the place so much.
And becoming a fixture.
Yes. Well, am I a fixture?
Well, I think your art certainly is a fixture. I see it everywhere I go.
Now I give it away. My dreams are not for sale, but I'll give them away.
Yeah.
You have to come by Meter Street, because I just finished the wishing chair. And the free wishes are half price now. So you can get 2 free wishes for the price of 1 free wish.
That's a heck of a deal.
That's the best deal you're ever going to find. I tell people all the time, make a wish. Everybody got a wish. I don't care who you are, where you're from, everybody got a wish.
Now, Meter Street is a little bit off of Washington, is that correct?
Yeah, it goes from Washington to Union, just before the truck turn.
Now, is your work out and about in that area?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, the last time the mothership was here, they said they couldn't find me. So I made a lot of stuff and I put it out. So next time they show up, they can't say, oh, we couldn't find you.
Yeah. So if you're going along Washington, you make that right-hand turn as you're going to Mid-Island, those buildings on the right-hand side, those little cottages, are the artist colony.
Artist colony.
Yeah. Who else is there with you?
There's a painter. There's a couple of young graduates from RISD are staying there now. Who else is staying there? There's a book editor, who's trying to complete her novel. And there's a emergency room nurse staying there too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, as you're on Nantucket, I know your art is for free. But do you ever have openings where somebody can come and see all of your art?
No. I sort of, I'm trying to put together a website, although I'm very wishy-washy about this website thing, because it is difficult to describe what I do. If you haven't seen something, you know what I mean, to just describe it flat out cold turkey with having never seen it, it's not easy. And so I think I should have a website where I can say, go there and look at it and see. But
would you say where you put your art, would that be guerrilla installations?
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, all of it. It's all. I have an entire 12-15 project with Thursday night. That's where the cows came from.
Okay.
Thursday night, when I finish a mass project, there were, I think, 23 cows. I go out Thursday night at 12:15 and I stick them up randomly in window boxes. And I tell people that if you see them, because you have to sort of pay attention, you know, to see them. If you like it, take it home and put it in your garden.
So that's free no matter where you're walking.
Yeah.
If you see it, you can take it and leave with it.
Anything in the window boxes is sort of.
And these are anybody's window boxes, correct?
Yes, it's random, you know, just
Yeah.
around town.
Guerrilla art. It's great. What's the concept? What's the premise?
It's my attempt at social engineering. You're walking down the street and you're running to work with your cup of coffee and something catches your eye and you smile for a minute. That's all I need.
There's a little less stress
That's
in the
all
world.
I need. There was the wishing chair. I came out and there was a 7-year-old girl sitting in the wishing chair with her eyes clenched as tight as she could possibly make them, and you could tell she was making a real wish. And her mother was taking her picture, and I was like, that's why I built the wishing chair. That's what the wishing chair is for.
I hope the universe hears that wish and makes it come true.
That's right.
Okay, so Matt, let me ask you: if you were sitting in the wishing chair right this second, what would your wish be?
I will say, I make a wish every day,
Yeah.
but I try not to make the same wish, and I figure eventually I'll get to what my real wish is. Because the first wishes you make are like, you know, things that, the easy wishes, you know, like this would be nice or that would be nice. But the wishing chair project is specifically designed to help people remember that there's magic in the world, because that's what a wish is. It's thinking that you want something, but you need a little extra something to get it, and that's out of your control, and that's magic. And so if people you know, have a minute every day where they believe there's magic in the world, things are going to be better. They'll just be better.
Now, this is my impression of you, and I want to know a little more about it, but you give the impression that a lot of this is intuitive. But my question is, did you formally study art?
No. Until about 6 years ago, I'd never done art in my life. The first things I painted were I did in primary colors, because that's all I could remember from like kindergarten. So I'd never taken art, I never really did art.
In a different lifetime, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, what were you doing?
I was sort of wandering around, looking for things, and
okay.
You know, I really didn't have a plan, and I don't know, every now and then it seemed as if a decision that I made was not the right one, but at least I knew it wasn't the right one, so I got the opportunity to try something else. And that's where the art thing came from. It was just literally a decision. And I said, I'm going to do this now and see what happens. And
it's made you who you are today.
It's the best thing that's sort of ever happened to me in my whole life.
You were talking earlier, you were on your way to Maine. You stopped at this island, the island of misfit toys.
Yes, I did. I want to be a dentist.
Right?
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I want to be, a dentist.
And
celebrate diversity.
Yeah. So, do you see yourself going to Maine?
I don't know. I really don't know. To be perfectly honest with you, one of the things that keeps me here is the birds. Because I have a cavity nesting bird study on the island. All the bird houses you see on the telephone poles, those are all mine.
With the birds, the bird houses that you've provided, are there specific types of birds that use these to nest?
I try to use a universal small cavity nesting bird house, which has been pretty successful. Most of the cavity nesting birds on the island, I mean, originally, the intent was to bring bluebirds back to Nantucket,
right?
Which they had lived here for years and years and years, and then one day they went away. And it may have been a bit naive. I figured if I provided the housing for them, because they migrate through, that some would stop and we would build up a colony here. And it's been very not easy. It's not been easy.
Do you feel that has increased the population of the bluebirds a little bit?
Well, I know it's probably increased the population of the tree swallows. We have a lot more, because they nest in that bird box too. And tree swallows are 8 bazillion mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So if you had like tree swallows in your yard during the day and then bats in your yard at night, you would never have to spray a pesticide. There would be no mosquitoes in
Makes
your
sense
yard.
to me. Now, the houses that you hang, I know the bluebird houses generally are just on fence posts, just maybe 4, 5, 6 feet high.
Yeah, I've been putting them on the telephone poles. And, I donated a whole bunch to the Linda Lauren.
Nice.
All those houses out there I made. Once again, they're all from recycled materials.
Yeah.
I buy screws. That's it. All the wood comes from the dump.
Now, where do you get your money to buy the screws with?
I'm a carpenter like everybody else.
Okay.
I've done a little work in the restaurant, the Restaurants and Institutions,
Yeah.
as the magazine's called. You know, it doesn't really. I have a pretty simple. I don't really need a lot of money, so.
I get that.
I mean, my entertainment is pretty much free.
Yeah, I know.
They pay me to take it away.
On the island, they're talking about tiny houses. You probably go along with that concept.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Being down in the studio, which is really a very, very small space, you have to be extremely efficient. So I've been trying to learn how to do that, how to use every space as efficiently as possible, which you can do. There's a lot of wasted space. Plus, I have the Sherlock Holmes concept of if you think of your house, your life as a house that you built yourself, and it's filled with all the stuff all your memories and everything like that. And then one night you wake up in the middle of the night and your house is on fire, and you can only grab one thing. What is that one thing you're going to grab? What are you going to be standing out on the lawn watching everything go away? And that should be the one thing that you have, and then everything else is sort of an extra thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Victrolas. That's what I'd be on the lawn with, my
Yeah.
Victrola.
and the
Oh, I got a great Victrola. You listen to Edith Piaf, 78,
Oh, yes.
and Melina Dietrich.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about magic. Magic is winding up a Victrola, which is off the grid completely, putting on an old record that's scratchy and tinny, and with your cup of coffee, and you just sit there in the
beautiful
morning and just sip it.
Now, now, do you play that out there in the mornings? Or
Oh
in
yeah,
the
I have one
evenings?
outside. There's one outside the studio.
I'm gonna have to ride my bike by.
Oh,
and
you got.
listen.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There's a Victrola. That's what I would be on the lawn. That's my on the lawn thing. I would not let the Victrola go down with the ship.